They don't want to see us unite. Yeah, man, me as a man as I respect people, you know. Yeah, man, I will talk about unity, which is needed in the community right now, all around the world, in every country. I will talk about unity, we talk about people like Peter Tosh and this reggae legend. We have to keep remembering what him stand for and what he did while he was here. So this is a memory jogger for y'all who don't know about Peter Tosh or forget about Peter Tosh. Yeah, man, check it. You don't know you're watching G-Terra, Reasoning with G-Terra. No schooling.
What the fuck? Them there, here, sir.
How good and pleasant it is to have Peter Tosh with us this afternoon. Before we took a pause a few minutes ago, I was about to ask Peter about the reverse side of the album jacket and Mystic Man. You're riding a unicycle here, Peter. How long the man been riding unicycles?
Why, just a couple months.
Couple months. So did it take you a very long time to get acclimated to professing it?
No, well, it takes lots of energy, physical and spiritual energy, to balance on one wheel.
A challenge.
Don't carry your chest big. You carry like that. You don't care how much acrobatic you are.
You get relaxation from.
Yes, man. You have to have the power of balance. And to have to be coordinating with the power of balance, you have to be, your mind and your temple must be running parallel. And else you will never ride that. It's a very dangerous thing, man.
It appears that way.
Yes, first time I see it look easy. But when I go in the bicycle shop and buy it, man, if you don't want to look like a fool, and you don't know nothing about it, don't try it. You might mash up, man.
Would reggae take over the world? That's what reggae is supposed to be. See? If reggae is not accepted universally around the four corners of the earth, then what's the use of a music? The music was made for people.
Now you can fill stadiums in places like Italy and Sweden, and yet your music is still banned at home, and you suffer a great deal of repression for your political statements. Do you ever consider holding back on what you would say in order to get more acceptance?
You see, what I would say, or what I say, is inspiration that I get. See? And when I get my inspiration, it comes divine from that. And I just sing them. There is nothing that I can hold back. When the breeze comes, it just comes. When the sun comes through, the cloud comes. And when rain comes, it comes. So why should I come and hold back? Yes,
It's one of those, you see, people are beginning to recognize reggae music. And this is a very powerful music, see? And researchers have been researching and been coming up with reports that reggae is a great music.
A healing music.
And a scientific music. Yes,
How do you write your songs then?
Sometimes the inspiration comes, you get a bass line. Sometimes you may be driving or walking and you just get the title of your song. Sometimes you may just see something happen and it look musical and you just try, go into it and you find somewhere you can materialize something out of it. Inspirational, say this, right? Sometimes you get the melody of the song. There are many ways of getting a song. That's an inspired musician make his song many different ways. And I don't have to go anywhere and sit down and say, well, I'm going to try and make a song. I just sit down, relax, and if I have my guitar, it's music. There must be a song, because in the garden of inspiration, songs are, music is unlimited, unfinishable.
You play any other instruments besides guitar?
Well, I am an touch up the clarinet sometimes, the keyboards in general, you know. And now and then my melodica. And
Melodica too? Right.
And this thing we call the harp. Harp.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bible always speak about the harp.
Yes, man. So it was from the beginning, so shall it be in these days. You know, because man flowing.
Well, that's what I noticed about your song, like, irrespective, like, for example, Equal Rights. You wrote that song, like, how many years ago?
Couple of years, but man don't count.
Right, see. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, like, then you have Mr. Carter come along, like, years after that album come out. And bass is like one of his foreign policy thing was equal rights.
Yes.
And in other words, the song them are relevant.
Yes. And
Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That's the sign like of a good
well,
song.
Well, that's why I write a song like Mystic Man now. Saying I'm a man of the past, living in the present and walking in the future. That means I am of the past, reincarnated souls in this time, living on heat, air and water till this time, see, manifested in this time and this flesh, in this dispensation of time. But living in this dispensation of time does not mean that I am only walking, talking here. I am here, there and everywhere, present, past and future, according to the collaboration of me and my mind. See?
Talking about the recent albums, Bush Doctor and Mystic Man, people have described you recently as a prolific writer, and that within the space of 8-9 months, there's another album out.
True.
Do you, under all the traveling you're doing now, have a lot of time to write? Do you write on the road? Or
Yeah,
do you write?
everywhere, anywhere, because inspiration is always there. See, it's not where you are, it's who you are to get the inspiration, because if the mind is pure, inspiration comes anywhere. True.
Your music is part of a whole roots tradition that not only embraces Jamaican music, but can be related to the current rise of Caribbean music,
Yes.
African music, etc.
True.
I read somewhere that you were in Trinidad some time ago, and a Calypsonian there told me that he met you, or read somewhere that when you were talking, you compared the message in reggae and the Trinidadian music, and you felt that there was something lacking in the Trinidadian music.
Yeah.
What did you mean by that?
Well, most generally, listening to Calypso, I'm not definiting the characters of the music or the play of the music, because a mango tree cannot bear apple. See? Well, Calypso music is the foundation of the West Indies island, excluding Jamaica. Well, I realized that that is their way of making music, that is their way of enjoying themselves, see? But at the same time, music comes through a divine spiritual line, and music was created as a schoolroom of awakening, but most people commercialize it and utilize it for their benefits within the society, see? And in Trinidad, not Trinidad alone, but many places where Calypso is being sung, if you should listen to 9 out of 10 Calypsos, it is not saying nothing constructively or awakening. And if you listen to 9 out of 10 discos, it's just the same thing. Not 9 out of 10, but 10 out of 10.
Most probably.
Yes,
The thing, the guy who told me this actually, his name is Explainer, and he agreed with you.
See?
He wasn't disagreeing.
True.
Although he's from Trinidad and
True.
Calypso, and he felt that what you were saying was a valid criticism that they should listen.
Yes, man.
So,
And it is right, because music is for awakening. And if you can get people happy, make them dance in the circumstances and the situation that they're living in, financially and politically, and they can be dancing irrespective of the circumstances, well, you can awaken them and make them dance to their awakening too. True.
is that all the purpose of your touring? You've been touring North America, Europe. You've just had some great successes in Holland.
Yes.
You sang at Montreux with Dennis Brown. You've just done New York. You're going back. The album is doing very well.
Yeah.
It is underneath all of that success commercially is the same ideal for equal rights, justice, prevailing in everything.
Yes, universally, and it is bringing more people to the consciousness of the awakening. Because it's not only black people are being down-pressed. Many nations, every nation, white, pink, blue, black, and green are being down-pressed by the shit stem. See? And when you can get the music to go across to any nation to make people realize that there is someone who can relieve the depression of their mind musically. See? Because words spoken and words sung are very different psychologically. See? Words can be very heavy if it is verbally spoken. And if you use the same words, verbally spoken, decorated with music, it won't be looked upon to be so heavy because people will dance. See?
Yes, sir. So whenever you're not touring, Peter, you're not working. How the man chill out? What do you do to chill
Boy,
out?
there's a few. Boy, there's never a time that I am not working, because if I am not
That's what I'm
working
saying.
physically,
Psychologically.
yes, I.
See.
You see? Yeah, man.
See.
Well, it's just a thing, you know. Has to be done, and if no one not doing it, then you know, so it will be a
So
social
do
destruction.
you get to eat correctly when you're touring? Because I know you have some fun eating habits.
Well,
very
right now.
discipline in your eating
Yes,
habits.
right now. It's true, me have all my cook and all them thing there. And when me coming in these places, I make sure I buy some very essential thing from Jamaica. Carry my bags.
Right.
And I reach out on the road here. I make sure I'm going to some health food shop and fetch something. But I know it's very vital and essential. But when we go out there, I have to have something to eat. I'm just drink pure porridge.
Porridge.
Yes, that's scientific food.
Right,
That, you know.
true. You drink porridge twice a day.
Yes, well, 4 times a day if you don't mind. Yeah, man. It's a scientific food.
See.
Israel live and can for years, 7 years. Yes, I say you can imagine. I live in porridge for umpteen of years. Yeah, man.
See.
Long time I drink porridge, man.
What else? What would you recommend for some people who? What would you recommend for the average person here to do to eat correctly? What is it like? Give us some ideas of how you think you can know what is the proper way of eating.
Well, the beauty in these places is not eating properly. Because a man can be eating properly, but him still smoke cigarette. So what's the use? You eating properly and still smoking cigarette. That is give way.
It's very
It's like
contradictory.
putting, it's like putting milk into a cursing bottle. You know what I'm saying? So when you eat, not care how much you eat properly, man, you have to keep your lungs functioning.
See.
Oh, if you don't have no lungs, what are you preparing, or what are you keeping together?
See.
You see, don't spell no sense. But when a man want to eat proper now, he must drink plenty vegetable soup and them thing there, and plenty raw vegetable and but you see in these places now talking about vegetables too.
Yeah.
You have vegetables come from certain places where it just get about 3 months in the ground. And it not come perfect, plenty fertilizer,
True.
and it come big and big, son, look like something. Yeah, man, no energy, none of that. You don't get enough sunlight, which is vitamin D and everything. So, that's why I love Jamaica. See, 12 months of sunshine. See, and it gives my food enough vitamin D and energy. It keeps my system functioning. You see, wet sugar, molasses, nuts. Them thing there. Honey. Very heavy, man. You see? Yes, I.
Coming directly from the bush doctor himself, we're going to continue right after these brief messages.
Well, as a bush doctor, it's an ancient traditional way of living, and differently from the mechanical form of doctorism in the West, and which is destructive to humanity, which they are still researching to find cures for many things. There is also a new epidemic called the Legionnaires, which is now breaking out in Toronto. And as far as I see, they don't know where it comes from, what creates it, or know the solution to the pollution. See? And all those things, there is known disease that is incurable. See? And I have been researching on bushes for a good long time, and I have found many bushes to be proven, 100% beneficial in curing many destructive diseases, you know.
So the bush doctor who's from the old tradition
See?
Is also a mystic man with a message.
True. Because to make bush medicine, you have to be mystic. See, because it takes spiritual ingredients. It's not just getting the bush and putting them together. The mind have to be in the medicine, see, for it to work.
Drug companies prevent herbal medicines from being used. Why must Western medicine be so artificial?
Because everything in the West is artificial.
Everything?
Yes, everything that's invented is artificial.
That means records are artificial.
Everything is artificial.
Or everything is natural.
Made is artificial. See? So we cannot watch the artificial things artificial. We just, know what is the runnings, what is to be done, let it be done, enjoy nature.
How good and pleasant it is to exalt the name of Rastafari. Mighty and thunderable. Irrespective of the discriminations and incriminations and humiliations and degradations that we live in. The stones that the builders refuse must become the head cornerstones. Rastafari in this dispensation of time is the manifestations of prophecy in those times. Don't let the world of fantasy and delusion carry your minds away. This is the valley of destruction, of death, physically, mentally, morally. See? And I see lots of brothers and sisters come to these places and become Canadians. But learn this. If you take a banana from Jamaica and you take it to England, it is a banana. So don't let the world of fantasy have you hooked and cooked. See? Because we are living in the last dispensation. See? We go to church and learn of Jesus Christ and his philosophy and his followers. See? And we learn of the world of Christianity. But who are the Christians in these times? It's only them that call of the name Jah, Rastafari, shall live in this dispensation of time. So fear not, cause behold I bring thee good tidings of great joy.
And specifically and individually, we just not have to say who is who. All vampires know themselves. See, and all the righteous ones know themselves. See, there's no need you're going to start naming out of millions of vampires too.
Well, in general terms, do you see them as political leaders, business leaders, negative people? Who are among the your favorite vampires?
Well, me, man, don't concentrate on vampires, man. I concentrate on music, and I concentrate on Jah, Rastafari.
Before this is over, why don't let the people, how you feel about Haile Selassie?
How I feel about him? I feel very spiritually energetic about him. And I know that all energies come from him through I. See? And I also know that he is the reality of the Western God fantasy. See?
Reality,
yes,
to their fantasy.
Yes, because I know to every fantasy there is a reality. And I have investigated and explored and found out that he is. So that's why I have a song named Rastafari is. And when you say Haile, it speaks of the power. When you say Selassie, it speaks of the Trinity. See? When you say Ras, you speaks of the head. When you say Tafara, you speak of the creator of life. Irie.
We're going to see the sound check tomorrow. Do you know what 2 songs you're going to be performing in the sound check? Because we would like to talk about those 2 songs before we finish. Do you have any idea yet what you're going to perform?
Well, maybe sometimes I pick myself up, or sometimes
Wanted, Dread, and Alive. Wanted, Dread, and Alive.
Yeah.
It's almost like an affront to those who believe in death.
Yeah, man. The total opposition defies death. Because many people always misinterpret, although it is written distinctly, dread and alive. People always miss them. Some people say dead are alive.
They see what they want to see.
Yes.
Instead of what is.
True. Yeah, man.
At Sunsplash, Errol Scorcher said, "In these times the righteous shall die and the wicked shall live." Do you agree with that?
Who's that?
Errol Scorcher.
The righteous shall die.
Upside down.
Me?
And the wicked shall live. In other words, times are getting so bad that the righteous will be given leave and the wicked will be forced to stay here and watch Babylon crumble.
What?
Death can't come to the righteous.
Well, I said that is the interpretation of those who, as you say, want to see things their way. See? They just create their own fantasy and paint their own pictures and manifest their own dreams. But I know of righteousness, and I want to see them standing around when the force of judgment has multiplied.
The longest livers see the most.
Yes, I.
So these are the last days.
Yes, the mystic man, Peter Tosh. So Peter, where do you see reggae music eventually? Like saying about within the recent immediacy or immediacy of the dispensation?
Right now, reggae is on the final run of the relay. See, to progress.
See.
Because the race is not for the swift.
True.
Neither is the battle for the strong. But it's for who can endure. Reggae has been in this race for so long. See? And the runners have been running for a very long time. And the competition have been very stiff. But
The man drop whole heap of knowledge and wit. Then call it wisdom, and we call it wit. Whole heap of knowledge and intelligence the man have, you know. So we can see that the man did have a lot of conversation and interviews at a certain point where he spill a whole heap of information and knowledge. And he was a herbalist. And some people even saying that's why he got killed, because of certain truths that, you know, them have hidden up and, you know, all these things. So we're going to discuss some more of that later. But as of now, we're going to go through some of the knowledge. Subscribe, like, and share. Bless.